So it looks like the MCU Blade movie is still a go. Let's talk about it. There's been a lot of rumors going around gossip pages and news articles that this Blade movie was going to be canceled. And many fans like myself started to buy into the rumors because this movie was announced at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019. And it's been plagued with its fair share of problems ever since. From casting as well as 2 directors changes and as well as the MCU scrapping a ton of projects, it seems like this MCU Blade movie was never going to see the light of day. Not to mention that the MCU has pushed back its official production date a handful of times. But as of right now, the movie is still slotted for November 2025. But as a Blade fan myself, I have to say I am a little bit worried, because in late 2023, rumors have started to speculate that they were completely reworking the project. And not to mention, Mahershala Ali has been very quiet about this film. Blade is hands down the flagship character when it comes to African-American superheroes, because the portrayal by Wesley Snipes was not only a cult classic, but it was also a blockbuster hit. So by being a part of a legacy that big, you would think that the lead actor would have more to say about the film. But he's been relatively quiet this entire time, which leads to the next major big concern. Will the role of Blade be played by another actor? Because in Wolverine and Deadpool, when Wesley Snipes made a cameo as our favorite vampire hunter, he had a line in that movie that raised a lot of eyebrows and attention of fans. Because in the movie, he said that he's the only Blade and that there will only be one, which had many people thinking that he was going to revise his role as Blade in the MCU's Blade movie, which I'm personally hoping that he doesn't do. Many people compare his role as Blade to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and on paper, the 2 actors and their roles are very similar. But there's one key difference, and that's consistency. For people a part of the new generation of comic book lovers and the old generation, Hugh Jackman is pretty much the only Wolverine we've ever known. He's been the only one to play the character since his very first appearance in X-Men, all the way up until the present Deadpool movie that just came out. So the new generation and old generation associate him with that character. But the same can't be said about Wesley Snipes, because yes, while he has been the only one to play Blade in live action movies, it's been over a decade since this character has been on screen. So although it's nostalgia for those old enough to have seen the first Blade movie, the younger generation really isn't going to get that association. So if you're asking me personally, I think they should recast the character and bring in some fresh new blood, no pun intended. But even though the movie is still slotted for November 2025, a lot of things can happen between now and then. With all the MCU setbacks that have been happening over the past couple years, the dynamic, characters, and director for this movie could all change. And we could definitely be ending up with a different release date. So all we can do right now is pretty much keep our fingers crossed. But guys, if you stuck with me this long, once again, I'll always appreciate you. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell up top so you get notified of the latest and greatest video. Until next time, my fellow Don Pierans, peace.